Can ChatGPT write a video game? I'm a game writer and I challenged ChatGPT to recreate my video game, A Taste of the Past, which tells the story of a young girl overcoming the loss of her mother and reconnecting with her cultural heritage. My game has an overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam. In this video, I will test if ChatGPT can match the quality of my writing. So in this scene, my main character May meets her dead mother and they reminisce about cooking together. I gave ChatGPT 2 prompts to recreate the scene. Funny enough, the one that was more specific was worse, so I'll be talking about the broader prompt here. Here are the similarities. They both have a secret ingredient. Mine is wood ear mushroom and theirs is grandmother's special homemade chili oil. I actually like the ChatGPT version more for this. I think it's better to have the secret ingredient be one that's passed down from her grandma. Of course, a secret ingredient is not an original idea, but I did like ChatGPT's rendition. In both versions, May thanks her mom for being there for her. In my version, it says, "I never thanked you for making kanji for me when I was sick or for believing in my paintings." In the ChatGPT version, it says, "Thank you, mom. You always believed in me, even when I doubted myself. I feel your presence with me whenever I step into the kitchen." Both scenes are heartwarming and sweet. The scenes end quite similarly, with May thanking her mom and promising to honor her. I compared 3 scenes from A Taste of the Past to ChatGPT, and I do think that this is ChatGPT's strongest writing. ChatGPT's May talks about how her dishes can never taste the same, and the mom reassures her to believe in her cooking. I think that's pretty heartwarming. Now for the differences. ChatGPT does exactly what it tells you to do and nothing else. May is more than someone who is just grieving her mother. She talks about listening to the band New Order and her love for painting. ChatGPT doesn't come up with nuances for characters. And for that reason, ChatGPT's dialogue is a bit more generic. It knows how to construct a good sentence, but nothing about this writing delighted or surprised me. And yes, I could have fed these details to ChatGPT, but I feel like coming up with these nuances is part of the writing job. In this scene, I asked ChatGPT to write a monologue where the main character May reflects on the loss of her mother at an Asian grocery store. Here are the similarities. Both literally say the name of my game, A Taste of the Past. I did not tell ChatGPT the name of my game. I am genuinely shocked by this. In both monologues, May talks about what she will do now that she has accepted her mom's death. Now for the differences, I actually think ChatGPT did the worst on this scene. I think this monologue was pretty generic and cheesy. I didn't like it, and it really did lack nuance. In my scene, May talks about her love for painting, grandmas who gossip at the grocery store, sneaking Hello Panda in her shopping cart. In ChatGPT's version, the dialogue is broad. "Thank you, Mom. I want to honor you." Essentially, it didn't feel personal. There's also parts of this monologue that I don't think reflect how actual people talk. I don't see a 16-year-old saying, "Today I want to honor you and find solace in the familiar." For this, I asked ChatGPT to write a flashback scene where May is a young child approaching middle school. She and her mom fold soup dumplings together, and her mom expresses her gratitude to have such a great daughter. I really liked ChatGPT's line, "Just like dumpling making, you'll make mistakes along the way, but that's how you learn and grow." It is a little cheesy, but given that it's a conversation with an elementary school aged girl, it works. Otherwise, I'm pretty neutral about ChatGPT's version. It is very heartwarming, but it is boring. Admittedly though, my scene isn't all that original either, but ChatGPT's version is so sweet, it's kind of sickening. In ChatGPT's version, the mother gives the most generic pep talk. "Middle school will be a new adventure. I'll support you every way. Middle school is just another chapter." It's really basic. And I think now we're starting to get to the issue of ChatGPT. ChatGPT can write, and it's actually not bad. Emily editing here. I did want to make a quick clarification that while ChatGPT is able to write a good sentence, that is obviously built on the fact that human writers are able to write a good sentence. ChatGPT relies on human writers. But ChatGPT can't take a scene to the next level. Reading ChatGPT's writing, I can sense that the sentences are constructed well, but I'm not moved. If you want to write a scene where the characters could be anyone, they don't have their own unique personalities, sure, ChatGPT could work. But if you want your characters to be three-dimensional, have their own likes and dislikes, idiosyncrasies, it doesn't work. And let's say I were to feed ChatGPT every single one of my main character's idiosyncrasies, at that point, I may as well just write the scene. This is my first time using ChatGPT, and I can definitely see it as a tool to aid my writing, but I don't see it as a replacement for my writing at all. Especially since games are such an innovative medium, I think there will still be a role for writers to add their own unique twists to new stories. I think the verdict is pretty clear on this one. ChatGPT is capable of writing clearly and on difficult subjects like grief and loss. It expresses similar sentiments that any writer would convey when working on a scene like this. A human writer is what adds nuance and character. ChatGPT could serve as a good baseline, but you need a human writer to take a scene to the next level. A human writer can take this scene from well-written but generic to something that stays with people long after they read this. That being said, ChatGPT has already started to replace writers. BuzzFeed has said that they will replace writers with ChatGPT to create quizzes and content. Paper Magazine laid off their entire editorial staff. I can't lie, as a writer myself, I do feel pretty disappointed by this. I don't know what the future holds for copywriters. But what do you think? Can ChatGPT replace video game writers?